Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of the Muntz Report. Trainer Chris Muntz is here, bringing us all the latest news and previews. Welcome, mate. No doubt you've got an extra spring in your step this week. Some of the big guns are about to step out, and the summer carnival is on our doorstep.
Comes around pretty quick, doesn't it? I mean, it's Melbourne Cup's done and dusted for another year, and then we look forward to the summer and Christmas into the Magic Millions. So it all rolls around a bit too quick these days, Adam.
It certainly does, and good to see some of the big guns stepping out. Obviously, a listed race on Saturday, and all roads lead towards the Magic Millions from here. So we'll talk about some of the big guns in detail shortly. But on the news front, stable news, you picked up 2 new purchases from the Magic Millions 2-year-olds in training sale this week. Let's talk about them. First of all, there was a Choisir Sheer Fantasy colt, who's actually a half brother to Dirty Thoughts, who won a Group 3 race not long ago in October, and you purchased him for $100,000.
Thought he went at a song, Adam. I really did. I to be honest, I didn't expect to get him. I thought he'd be sort of close to the 150 or more mark. I thought he breezed up quite well. He was very, I suppose, not green, but just enjoying his work, very casual about how he stretched out. Ears pricked, loving his work, and did it very comfortably. And more importantly, he's a good style of a horse. He's strong, good body on him, and he could turn out to be an ideal sort of horse for Hong Kong down the track at some stage.
Okay, very good. Well, obviously, no need to introduce Choisir, is there? And then also on the dam side, there's a link with, back to your riding career with a bit of staying pedigree, a bit of stamina with Grey Song.
Very interesting, isn't it? Yeah, Grey Song. I rode him in a Melbourne Cup the year he ran in it. He'd come off, I think, from memory, it was a Caulfield Cup or something like that, that he'd won, or a race of that calibre. And I rode him in the Melbourne Cup. So he was obviously a horse that had a bit of staying ability there in his pedigree. Yeah,
sure did. He ran second in a Group 1 Underwood as well. So, interesting horse this. Obviously, got a bit of the best of both worlds there. So, and then the second purchase, another chestnut, this time a Whittington colt out of Royal Oak. And obviously, you've had a lot of success with the Whittingtons in recent times, the likes of Stampy and even the horse we were talking about last week, one of your sharp 2-year-olds, Swanito.
Yeah, I just think they're just a good, genuine breed for up here. They are pretty precocious. They seem to cop the work. They can get themselves a little bit hot, but if you sort of can contain that sort of bit of nervous energy, they'll take it to the races and perform well.
Yeah, very good. Well, he's a great value buy there at $20,000. So there's a bit for everyone there. So if anyone is interested in finding out more information on either of the colts, you can email admin@muntzracing.com.au. Okay, well, let's get into the preview. There's a quality team of runners heading to various meetings over the weekend. We kick off Friday night at the Sunshine Coast, where Comments resumes. He's a progressive fellow, isn't he? Winner of 2 from 4 starts last preparation. Then you gave him a spell, and he's tuned up for this with a couple of jump outs.
Yeah, I thought his jump out of Doomben was very good when Ryan Wiggins rode him. He's a funny horse, this guy. He's a big horse, big, strong, strapping sort of horse, and he does take a little bit of work to get fit. However, we've put as much as we can sort of groundwork under his belt to get him ready for the races. I think whatever he does Friday night, he'll improve on. But having said that, he seems to race well fresh. I think the 1,000 metre, the hot speed, he should be able to get back off him a little bit and make good ground. So, looking forward to getting him to the races. Hopefully this rain that's been predicted can stay away and we can get onto just a nice galloping surface on Friday night.
Yeah, I guess the rain is a bit of the focus for the weekend, isn't it? Sunshine Coast currently a soft 5. We're recording the show on Thursday, and we'll wait and see how much rain does eventuate. But we know that obviously Comments does like the Sunshine Coast track anyway.
He does. No, he does. Big striding horse, as I said before. Big, well built, good constitution horse, and I think he just appreciates the big stretches like Caloundra.
Very good. Well, the other runner you've got entered for the program, who's also a dual acceptor for the Ballina meeting on Friday, is Failed to Mention, in for a maiden over 1,200 at the Sunshine Coast and a maiden over 1,300 at Ballina. Have you made a call yet as to which way you go, or are you just looking towards the skies?
I think the skies will tell an important part there. There's horses accepted in multiple places. So unfortunately, I don't think I'll know until Friday morning as to where we're going to go. And hopefully that if it doesn't get too wet, we'll just run somewhere, because he didn't perform on the wet the other day at all. So I don't really want to run him again on a rain affected track. So really, the weather will determine where and when he goes around. But I've got to say, he's improved tremendously. This horse, he looks $1 million, and his first 2 runs, although they don't seem flattering on paper, he's certainly in his work and around the stable, he's improved out of sight. So he could be a horse that I think next time he steps out runs a good improved race.
Okay, very good. Well, one to keep an eye on there with scratchings, and if you do scratch him from both, we'll keep an eye on another day next week or possibly the week after. So let's move over to the Doomben program. As we mentioned, a few big guns stepping out here. Pelisapan gets things underway. She's a winner of 4 from 5 starts last preparation. Really emerged as a promising horse, and resumes here off the back of a nice second in an Eagle Farm barrier trial recently.
Yeah, she's quality mare. Had a jump out there on Tuesday morning. They went 100 mile an hour. She just sat back on, often runs third in the trial, but probably could have finished a lot closer than where she did. And I just think that, she's a filly that we haven't tried her on the heavy ground, so I'm not sure how she'll go in that. But I just think from a good draw, she'll be thereabouts in the run and give herself every opportunity to race well and continue her good form.
Okay, and obviously she stepped up to black type company, didn't she, towards the end of last preparation, running in the Winks Guineas. Obviously, it was a great prep. What have you sort of earmarked for her this preparation? Obviously, she kicks off here in a benchmark 80 over the 1,050.
She's only going to have a light prep. She'll only have 3 runs. She runs Saturday, then in 2 weeks at the Gold Coast, then a further 2 or 3 weeks. I think it is still Eagle Farm till the just now. So that'll be her only 3 runs. So I've got time to put her out and give her a nice break before we can concentrate on the Winter Carnival with her, because she's up to that grade of horse. And I just don't want to overtax her for too long this preparation and not have a horse for the winter. But that'll be her preparation.
Very good. Well, good luck to the owners there. No doubt some excited owners heading into her first up run on Saturday. Then we move over to the listed Keith Nowd over the 1,200 metres. 2 runners here in Boomsara and Stampy. Boomsara, who we spoke about, was scratched from the Gold Coast last week, obviously just due to the wet track. And I guess same scenario, you're hoping for a dry track, or as dry as possible, for him to kick off his prep.
Yeah, that's right. Look, I think he's going to have to go around no matter what. It's sort of we're getting too deep now where I need to get a run into him. The other day he had 63.5 as well last Saturday at the Gold Coast. So I just thought the combination of the big weight and wet track wasn't a good kick-off point for him. But, he's drawn well here on Saturday. We've got Michael Carl to ride. And I just think he needs to get to the races and get a bit of galloping under his belt to get him ready for the next few months ahead that the races we're heading for.
Sure. And then Stampy, he kicks off his preparation, resumes with after a nice trial behind Zeus Style. And it's a little bit of back to the future here. Sean Cormack, who rode him to a couple of victories early on his career, and he gets another opportunity here from barrier 14.
Yeah, well, I mean, Larry trialled him, and we thought Larry would like to ride Stampy, but he took another ride in the race, which was a bit disappointing, because, I mean, the horse, I do believe, is going very well. Unfortunately, hasn't drawn good, which is probably going to make his life a bit difficult. But one thing about this guy, he's a lot fitter than probably a lot of these horses are that are stepping out on Saturday. They're also beginning their preps, where at least he's had a couple of jump outs and a run under his belt going into this race. So, if the skies did happen to open up and the rain came and there was a heap of scratchings, he'd still go around. He handles the wet with no weight on his back. Don't worry about that. He'll be in the finish and be hard to beat.
Yeah, very good. And how is he travelling? Obviously trialled well. We mentioned him a few weeks ago, trialled up nicely behind Zeus Style, and you're happy with where he's at?
Yeah, I am. Look, he's in good order, this guy. He's as he's gotten older, he just takes a little bit more racing to come right. But I am happy with the way he's starting to clean up in his coat and that now. And he's starting to work the way that I would like him to. And I like I say, I think he's on the right track. And if it's not Saturday, it won't be too far away before he's back in the winner's circle.
Very good. Well, exciting times. Good luck to both sets of connections there ahead of Saturday's big race, and we'll see what they can both do first up. So that's the runners for the weekend, mate. Let's move over to the Unibet Punting League. Another winner last week with Warning getting the chocolates in the Queen Elizabeth. And I believe you found a couple of tips. You You like, obviously, Plysapan, who you've got an opinion of. And then you found Gravina, who's lining up in the Newcastle meeting this weekend for the Hunter Race 10 Gravina with J-Mac aboard.
Yeah, well, as I mentioned before, Plysapan's a nice mare. So you've just got to back good horses where you can. And I think she is a good horse. So you can't go wrong backing good horses. And then as far as Gravina goes, well, it's drawn well, got a good trainer, good jockey, 3:30. You want to get on now, otherwise you'll be missing out.
Very good. And as always, Unibet will be offering enhanced odds on those tips. So good luck with those tips over the weekend, mate. You're knocking on the door in the Unibet Punting League with several winning weeks in the last few weeks. So thanks for the insights. Fingers crossed the rain doesn't get too heavy over the next few days, and good luck to everyone over the weekend.
Good on you. Thanks, Adam.